the fourth Prime Minister of Uganda. As we look at the fourth Prime Minister of Uganda, election fever have just hit Uganda. People are being tear-gassed. Police are continuing their brutality against the people of Uganda. That is the price we have to pay, all of us, because we closed our eyes to human rights. We have become greedy. We are all corrupt. We are keeping dictatorship in power for the last 35 years. When you give up, when your leaders, the very people you elect to represent you, they keep on telling you that they are not your servant, that they are not working for you. They're working for their children and their grandchildren. And every 5 years, they come back to you and ask you for your vote. And you vote the same people back into power because they have given you a kilo of sugar, because they have given you a yellow bicycle, because they have bought you beers. Let's stop shedding crocodile tears. It is our own making. Let's get started. The fourth Prime Minister of Uganda, Waligo, is a professional. He was the Prime Minister between 1985 to 1986. He is one of the professionals who is well known in Uganda. He's well educated. He studied electrical engineering in South Africa and United Kingdom. After graduating in 1955, he became the first electrical engineer in Central and Eastern Africa. After 2 years of vocational training programs at various UK power utilities, he decided to come back home. In 1957, he became the chief engineer of the Electricity Authority, what we all know as Ugandans, as Uganda Electricity Board, the UEB. In 1969, he started his own engineering office, and he was involved in the Association of Engineers and in the field of higher education for engineers. Later, he became the managing director of Uganda Airline. When we take a good look into our past since independence, one can realize that Uganda is gifted by nature, that Uganda produced a lot of professionals. And most of the people who are leading Uganda had proper education. Those who were in the front line leading development of Uganda were highly professional, well-educated, but were greedy people with a different mindset. Today, I realize that the problem that has been disturbing us as Ugandans are all due to the mindset. Our parents and those who brought us up were living in a completely different mindset compared to what we have today. Today, we are living in a society you can call a man-eating man society. A society that is decorated, that is full of economic eat men and women, land grabbers, people who tells you that, listen, I don't work for you. I'm not your servant. I'm working for my children and my grandchildren. At least, those type of leaders who tells you in your face that they are not working for you, they are honest. And if you keep on electing them every 5 years to go back to parliament, then don't shed any crocodile tears. We are stupid. We are stupid. When Tito Okello came to power, he replaced Muwanga with Waligo. Waligo is a public servant. He served both in various positions. He worked as the Minister of Housing. He worked as the Minister of Finance in Obote's government. When Tito Okello appointed him to replace Muwanga, Abraham Waligo, in a public address to his fellow Baganda from the step of the National Assembly, praised Tito Okello for having removed Obote because he considered Obote to be an enemy of the Baganda. He gave General Tito Okello Lutwa the name Lutwama, a Kiganda belonging to the Fumbri. I don't understand what Lutwama means, but it's having something to do with the civet cat. To be honest, I fail to understand our political leaders who keep changing colors like chameleon. If you didn't like Dr. Apollo Milton Obote, then the question is, why did you work for him? Why did you serve him for so long, only to turn your back against him when he was overthrown? It does not make sense to me. You see, I talk about mindset. Our problem as Ugandans is our mindset. And if we don't change that mindset, we will be swimming in tears. We will be shedding crocodile tears. Because we know very well that the people we elect to lead us are not our servants. They're working for themselves, but still we keep on electing those people because we have a rotten mindset. And that mindset has to be changed. You cannot behave as if nothing is happening around you. You cannot keep on living with the same slogan that it's better to eat for one day than to have nothing. Because if you go back to the fireplace, you go back to your village, and you use those ancestral land properly, it will make a difference. Nobody will come to tell you to vote them into power. Nobody is going to buy you with a kilo of salt or with a bottle of waragi just to get your vote. You are more than that. If you don't respect yourself, if you lose self-respect, then you have nothing left in yourself as a person. So fellow Ugandans, keep asking yourself, you had been doing this for the last 35 years. Nothing changes. People are being terrorized. People are being tear gassed. Journalists are being killed on the street. And you just pass around as nothing has happened. Politicians, opposition politicians have been threatened, beaten up, locked up, put into prison. We just walk around, pretend as nothing happen. Remember, it is you who is keeping those people in power. It is you who is being tear gassed. It is you who is being beaten up, and we do nothing about it. It is your land that is being grabbed by the so-called investors, and you do nothing about it. If you don't open your eyes, the next time you do, you'll find that you have nothing left. Thank you for listening. I will be back. Don't forget to subscribe.